This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Dana Williams. First up, at least one person is dead after a late night three-car crash in the East County. It happened at around 10:30 Saturday night along Hamishaw Boulevard in a residential area of La Presa. Neighbors we spoke with say cars do tend to drive fast along the road. One neighbor said the crash was so loud he thought a car had hit his house. Despite that shock, he ran out to help the people who were still trapped in their car.
It was horrible. It was just, you come out to 3 cars turned over, people yelling like for help, people scared. It's just a mess. There's glass everywhere. One of the cars, the driver was still kind of awake. So I started breaking the windshield and the officer started pulling back the windshield while I was breaking it so we can get him out.
And there is no word on the others who were injured. Both lanes of Hamishaw Boulevard have since reopened, and the California Highway Patrol has taken over the investigation. Anybody with information is asked to call either them or Crime Stoppers. And multiple streetlight outages are raising safety concerns in National City. Vanessa Gutierrez says many of the streetlights in National City have been out for months near F Avenue and 8th Street. She's filed reports on the city's community app, and she's also been submitting continued reports regarding additional lights across the neighborhood. The city says they're responsible for maintaining some streetlights, but SDG&E is also responsible for a vast majority. Gutierrez says she also reached out to them, and in their email response to her, they said in part, quote, "While we hope that the solution will be as simple as changing burned out lights for new LED bulbs, it appears that there may be a string of lights in the same area that requires further investigation."
That's the same response that the city gave me, so it feels like really nothing is being done.
So then council member for District 2, Jose Rodriguez, says repairing and replacing streetlights is really expensive, and it actually costs between $10,000 and $15,000 each, depending on the light. And in a statement, NBC7 National City Public Works said in part, quote, "We hear our community's concerns and we're actively coordinating across multiple departments as well as with SDG&E to address the issue efficiently." And from museums to restaurants to gardens, there are many attractions that entice people to tour Balboa Park, and one of them is the Lily Pond. If you've been there recently, though, you may have noticed it's got a much clearer look. The city of San Diego says it's part of a second phase of the Botanical Building and Gardens project. Crews placed some of the koi fish and turtles into a smaller pond near the building while the main pond was being maintained.
I think any cleaning is good. I think it was the first time in 15 years, so I guess it's got to get cleaned sometime, and if it's cleaner, maybe it'll look better.
He's right, first time in 15 years. And the city's Parks and Recreation Department is fixing the planter boxes that house the lilies, and then after that, the fish will be returned to the pond. The entire cleaning process is expected to last until around Wednesday. And today at 2 p.m. on NBC7 is the NBA All-Star Game, and San Diego's very own Norman Powell is lacing up to play for the very first time. Many will remember he was a local legend first for Lincoln High School, and as NBC7's Drew Little shows us, the people who know him best say they love him for so many things that go far beyond basketball.
Norman Powell, catch and fire. He's a star for the Miami Heat. He's a star for the entire NBA. But the Lincoln High community already knew that.
He's been an all-star to us before the title of all-star, right?
Jeff Harper Harris was an assistant coach when Norman Powell led Lincoln to a state title in 2010.
I think it was great, you know, for when hard work pays off.
It makes me feel like I could do it. And we were just all happy for him.
Happy for the kid from San Diego who just made his first NBA All-Star team.
He's from my neighborhood.
The Lincoln High neighborhood where Powell was raised and still returns to play in head coach Jeff Harper Harris's gym.
When he comes home, he comes here.
But it's more than play. Powell comes to teach and give back through his charities and mentorship programs.
It just showed like he cared about more than basketball, about me as a person.
He's not selfish at all. He knows where he came from. He knows who mentored him.
Powell goes up.
He talks about the grind, how do you get there? But he also talks about you need to grind in the classrooms. You need to grind in your community. You need to grind to be a better person.
He knows that the community played a big part of where he is.
Tyree Robinson played on that state championship team before heading down his own path to the NFL. He knew Powell was an all-star.
And he knows that the grind is always going to pay off.
The grind includes a history degree from UCLA, something Powell always stresses to the kids.
That's it. That's the thing that our young people can see.
That's the most important thing at the end of the day is that degree.
It just gives us hope to know that we could do the same thing as well, you know.
Powell!
I mean, he plays for all of us.
At an all-star level. At Lincoln High, Joe Little, NBC 7.
Pretty special there. NBC 7 meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a look at your weather right after this.
You count on breaking news.
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
And help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now, we'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view.
We're still human.
And your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting.
It's a mess, and it's making people sick.
Because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
Happy Sunday. Here's a look at your daytime highs as we're rounding out the day. You can see low to mid 60s here with some cloud cover out along the coastline. Similar sky conditions over the valleys. We're talking some low to upper 60s there, and then we're close to the 50s, maybe some low 60s over the mountains, 70s today for the desert region. But we've been talking about it. We have changes on the way, so let's break down those details. By Monday, moderate to heavy rainfall a possibility as we head into the afternoon, evening, and then even those overnight hours going into Tuesday. In addition to the rain, we're talking strong winds and elevated surf. So back to Tuesday, like I said, that heavier rain. Right now it's looking to be before the morning commute, but that still means that the roads will be slick as you're getting that morning drive started. And then the rain looks to taper off a little bit more as we go into the afternoon. We still have some chances, but it's not going to be nearly as heavy compared to Monday. And then by Wednesday, another chance for moderate rainfall, and those snow levels could drop to about 4,500 feet through Thursday. Still some uncertainty around the snow potential. It could be a dusting, could be a little bit more than that, but we'll have a better idea as we get closer. Here's a look at the rainfall estimates. 1 to 2 inches a possibility for the coast, 1 to 2.5 for the valleys. Mountain communities up to 2.5 inches of rain, and the desert region up to about 3/4 of an inch of rain. So like I mentioned, in addition to the precipitation, we're talking about these windy conditions as that front moves through that low pressure system. There's a weak atmospheric river associated with this, which means it could funnel in some more moisture. That's why we're seeing rainfall amounts like the ones I just showed you. But back to the winds here. High wind watch will be in effect for your mountain communities Monday morning through early Tuesday. We'll see if those get extended, but wind advisory will be in effect for your coast, for your valleys Monday morning at 7 a.m. through Monday night at 8 p.m. Same advisory in effect for the desert region. This one will last until early Tuesday morning, just like that high wind watch for your mountain communities. Meantime, back at the coastline, the area highlighted in purple, as you can see, high surf advisory issued, and this will go into effect Monday at 10 a.m. and then it'll last until Thursday. And these are dangerous conditions. I mean, the wave heights from 8 to 10 feet with those local sets up to about 13 feet. We also have that strong rip current risk, and then we could also see minor coastal flooding associated with that as well. So there is a lot going on. And if you want to take a look here at just the timing of the rain, the heavier rainfall, so you can see Monday is that big rainmaker for us, drops off Tuesday, picks back up on Wednesday, and then we have chances as we look ahead to Thursday before we start to dry out and even warm up a little bit going into your weekend. Here's a look at the 10-day forecast showing just that. The temperatures will be right around those low 60s starting Monday for the coast and staying close to that through Thursday. And it's actually going to be pretty similar, almost mirrors the valleys, as you can tell. And for the mountain communities, we are really cooling down there with those max daytime highs. We have those low 40s back in the forecast, upper 40s as we look ahead to Friday, and then we'll warm up back to those 50s by next weekend. Even the desert region, of course, getting a break here from those 70s, getting back into the 60s and staying there through next weekend as well. Dana.
A lot to track there, Brooke. Thanks for breaking it down for us. Yesterday, of course, Valentine's Day marked a day of I-do's in San Diego County. More than 150 San Diego couples tied the knot. Each couple paid $236 for a license and a ceremony, but thanks to some private donations, the first 10 couples had their fees covered. An 8-year-old Liam Cameron served as the ring bearer for his older sister and her fiance, now husband, a U.S. Marine.
To give Tabby and Davian their rings.
So what is that called, a ring bearer? Is that the job title?
I don't know.
And you're not going to forget your anniversary?
No, I told them every year it's going to be really expensive.
I love how he's just like, yep. And the county clerk said besides all the couples with reservations, there were about 50 additional weddings with people who just showed up before the office closed. And a big, huge congratulations to all those couples. And there's more coverage you can count on at NBC7.com. And you can always find us on your Roku or your Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dana Williams.